You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real deal.
Yo, have you heard about the Anchor app? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Yo, no cas. Yeah, I'm serious. No, not delirious. Let me explain the functions. Number 1, it comes complimentary. Are you hearing me? That means the Anchor app is free. We got all the functions necessary. Creation tools is what they calling it. Makes it super easy to edit your podcast. Yeah, even from your pocket. Straight from your phone or your PC. It don't matter, it's still free. Anchor will distribute, you ain't gotta do a thing. And they're making sure you could be heard on all the major streams. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, yeah, we got that. Many more, go ahead, explore. If you're finna make the dough, wanna let you know you can make it all here. Live your dream as an anchor for show, for free. No education further, with no minimum listenership. Yeah, you got that correct. Whatever you need, we got all you can see. To make a podcast as easy as 1, 2, and 3. Download the free Anchor app to get started. You can also go to anchor.fm. Let's get you top charted. Back to the show. Yeah, we gonna get it poppin'.
Welcome back to another episode, Strictly for the Music Podcast. I'm your host, SKM, the next shit I got live and direct based out of the Midwest. He's a rapper and a beat maker, self-produced. He's got 4 collections. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome into Shoota Smilez. What's up, big dog? Appreciate you taking the time to come on this podcast, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. Appreciate the opportunity, for sure.
So let's start from the beginning. Describe your music, man.
My music, man, the best way to describe it is me, Shoota Smilez. You know what I'm saying? I do my own thing. I write about my story and about what I'm about. You know, none of my shit is a flex. It's all about me. You know what I mean? I got my songs that are fun, you know, everybody does, but almost, you know, a good 99.9% of my shit is all real, all me, all the time.
Hell yeah, man. Gotta dig the authenticity, dog. You know what I'm saying? So let's go right here, big dog. You got 4 collections on Bandlab, man.
All right. What do you want to know?
Well, what's in them? Is it your songs? You got songs you listen to other artists?
Oh,
do you have beats or what?
Yeah, definitely. So my writing process, right, is I start with a beat and I listen to that beat. And whatever I hear for that song goes on that, you know what I mean? I got songs that vary, you know, I got Lost, which is kind of that one's my favorite, my personal favorite. That's kind of a, you know, older style jazz noir type rap. And then I got songs like, you know, like Naptown Paranoia, which is, you know, my straight, like street shit, you know, like let's get it type shit. And, yeah, I mean, as far as like artists I listen to, man, it's all over the place. You know, it can go from like Kodak to, you know what I mean, like Pac, Biggie, obviously, you know what I mean, Logic, Joyner, Lil Pump, you know what I mean, even though it's not the most lyrical. Like, I prefer myself more as a, you know, lyrical rapper for sure. But it's all over the place, man, you know.
Hell yeah, man, that's dope. So where are you from, man? And give us a little bit of detail growing up where you're at, big dog.
Yeah. All right. So right now I currently live in Indianapolis, Indiana, on the west side. But I used to live in Chicago on the south side. And I've bounced around a lot in my life, you know what I mean? Mainly between Indiana and Illinois. But I've been around pretty much everywhere, you know, Louisiana, you know, all over the place.
That's dope, big dog. So let's talk about this, man. How did you discover Bandlab?
I discovered Bandlab, actually, I typed in the App Store, you know, I was all like, you know, recording app, you know, stuff like that. And I just tried a bunch of different ones out, and it just seemed like none of them were legit, you know. When I came across Bandlab, and especially, you know, when I first downloaded it, I didn't really know what I was doing, you know what I mean? But once I started getting the hang of it, I was just like, holy shit, this is free, you know what I mean? Because this is everything that someone who don't have the money to go out and buy all this expensive equipment needs, you know what I mean? And especially once you get the hang of it, man, you can make that shit sound pro as fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I feel like my shit's pretty good quality for all being recorded through a phone, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Every recording you've done on Bandlab has been strictly off your phone?
Strictly off my phone, all my own editing. It takes forever, you know. I gotta take the tracks and edit them multiple times and create different files with them just so I can add more stuff on them and clean it up, you know what I mean? But I've learned all kinds of different techniques. I got like mic shades and stuff that I'll even put around my phone, you know, do the best I can with it.
That's dope, bro. So what was it like releasing your first song, man?
It was really awesome actually, because the responses were actually a lot better than I thought. I had a lot of people messaging me being like, "Hey man, like that is some dope ass shit." Like you know, like, where are you from? What's your name? And I would tell them. So I've gathered a lot of friends because of that. You know what I mean? It's done me a lot of good. And releasing my first song, man, it was everything I wanted, because I didn't grow up in a rich family. You know what I'm saying? So I never had the equipment and everything to get what I needed done. You know. So when I got on Bandlab, I started using all that shit and did that, man, and the responses were great. I was like, wow, this is gonna open some doors.
Yeah, man. So I see everyone's paying attention, and you got something going for you, man. Being a new artist on Bandlab?
A little bit, you know. You got to try to keep up. You know, you got a lot of people that want to collaborate, a lot of people that want you to, you know, check out their stuff as well. And, you know, to me, how I look at it is, if you give me support, I'm going to give you support. So you listen to my shit, I'm going to go listen to yours. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's overwhelming as far as just keeping up with it. But at the same time, you know, I'm grateful for it, definitely. Like, you know, there's nothing to complain about.
Hell yeah, man. That's really dope that you looking out for other artists and not just yourself. So yeah, man. It's a big community. Yeah, exactly, man. So let me ask you this, man. What was the name of your first song that you dropped, and what's the song that means the most to you?
The first song I dropped was a song called Mentally Ill, and honestly that's my second favorite. If you haven't heard that, definitely go check that out. But my favorite one, the one that means the most to me, would definitely be the Lost one, just because that's the one where I really put everything I was going through and everything I couldn't put into words previously, and I just put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? I put it on, you know, I heard that beat, and honestly, I just started like freestyling, and then, you know, toward the end, I kind of, because I freestyled the most of it, and then toward the end, I added some more and put some shit in there. You know what I'm saying? But that one definitely meant the most to me, just because it hit home so well, and I felt like I captured everything I was trying to say right on cue. You know what I mean?
That's really dope, dog. Well, these are a couple questions I'm going to ask you. I know you're a new artist and everything, but this is the time to tell your audience what you got planned and what you're planning to do with your career. So first question I'm going to ask you, do you have any albums that you're about to put out this year, mixtapes, singles? What is Shoota Smilez got?
Lots. I probably have enough material to release 3 albums this year, but I think what I'm going to do is take the best of the best and drop one large album. You know what I mean? Probably like a 14-song album, you know what I mean, all the way through, and just nothing but bangers, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but who knows, you know, I might even pedal to the metal and release those 3 albums and more, you know what I mean? I write so fast that I have so much material on the backlog, and so much I have written and not recorded, that, you know, I could just be pouring out albums on a regular if I really wanted to.
Can we expect a music video to the song that means the most to you, man?
It'll be coming, I'd say, probably this month.
Oh. Dope. So do you got a YouTube channel, and are you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
YouTube is my main platform. Yeah, I put everything on there, and I put everything plus more. You know what I mean? That's where you're gonna find all the stuff. You know what I mean? And I even put other artists on there as well sometimes. Here lately, I've been focusing on my YouTube channel, at least, as far as just putting me on there. But I do have other artists on there as well, and I got some collaborations coming on there. And so, you know, I'm also going to be putting them onto because some of these collaborators have really done me some good. They've sent a lot of people my way, put me out there, you know what I mean? So I'm going to make sure I do the same for them. I'm going to post our features and then post a couple solo songs of theirs. But my YouTube channel is just Shoota Smilez. Just look that up. It'll be the first thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, Lost and Mentally Ill. If you don't know my shit, I would start with those two, you know what I mean? Because that's really going to show you the two things that I'm about, you know what I mean?
Dope. So let me ask you this, man. When the pandemic ends and people are requesting you, can we get a concert, man? Can we get a live performance from Shoota Smilez?
Without a doubt.
That's dope, man. I appreciate that. So, have you ever thought about doing any live performances on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live? Like, you ever thought about just getting on there and just spitting one of your raps?
Yeah, man. You know what? I was actually,
man?
you know, I considered that for the first time just the other day, and I was just gonna get on there and freestyle. You know what I mean? I ended up not getting around to it, but you know what? Now that you say that, I'll make sure I get to it for sure.
Yeah, because a lot the audience wants to see what the artist is doing, you know, because we're all stuck at home. So you know what I mean? They want to come find out what they're doing and everything. So hey, man, I'm gonna be looking forward to that. So let me ask you this: do you have any favorite collabs so
far? Yeah. My favorite collab was probably with my boy Cotton. He's an up and coming too. And I grew up with him, you know what I mean? We go way back, so we're not just collaborators, we're buddies. But I mean, I'll tell you what, man, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I kind of consider myself the best right now, just because, like, man, I really feel what I got going for me. But every rapper should feel like that, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, if anyone were to give me a run for my money right now that's not, you know, that's up and coming and is not like fully out there yet, it's definitely him, man, because I'll tell you what, he can spit. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So, let me ask you this, man. Do you have any future collabs that you got in the works right now?
Like 4 songs we're about to drop, like 4, and at least one of those will be coming this coming week for sure. And then I got a guy named Danny Serreras, and he's a producer. He ain't a rapper, but he got a beat he made for me. I'm about to spit over that shit, and I'm about to drop that either this week or next week for sure. Those two are going to be like the 4 I got with Cotton and that one with Danny. Those are going to be hitters for sure.
Hell yeah, big dog. So how are you different from other
all
artists?
Around, man. Like you just like my stuff is me. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you what, there is no one like me. And I don't even mean that all in a good way. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Everybody is an individual. But I'll tell you what, I just don't compare the way my mind works and everything. Listen to my songs and you'll be able to tell, like, this dude's not fucking around. This is his story. And that's the whole point, you know what I mean? Because we can get taken out at any minute. And if I'm going to be taken out at any time, I want to make sure that I've said everything I need to say.
What would you say to inspire the youth?
Never, ever, ever quit. Because the more you work, the harder you work, the farther you're going to get. And no one can stop you except yourself. People are going to tell you no. People are going to tell you not to do it. People are going to tell you can't make it. But the only person who can actually make that a reality is you. Because if you work hard enough toward anything, you will accomplish it. You can do anything you set your mind to. And anything can be done.
Who is your music targeted towards?
My music is targeted toward the people that don't fit in. You know what I mean? The people that see the world for what it is and don't try to comply with the fakeness and the hate of those around them and stay real and true to themselves. And for that reason are misplaced or outcasts. You know what I'm saying? My speech for the world can't be heard.
Dope, man. So do you got any favorite quotes for your audience?
Favorite quotes? Let's see. I don't know. Kurt Cobain said something along the lines of like, we're all disgusting because we're all human. Something along the lines of that. So I know I misquoted that, but whatever it was, he said.
All right, big dog. So you say you grew up on
Yeah.
south side of Chicago?
Uh,
What was that like?
rough, you know what I mean? Especially being a white boy, because a lot of times out there, depending on the neighborhood, you know what I mean, it's not a, easy place to get along, you know what I'm saying? And I got into drugs real hard and everything, and I kind of had to pull myself out of that. I got sober on my own and everything, and still smoking that weed, of course, and drinking, but outside of that, I'm sober. But I got hooked on AIDS real bad, and I mean, had to fight my way through it. And the thing about a city like that, or a city in general, is that there's lots of opportunity, but there's also a lot of danger and a lot of exposure that people outside of that don't understand. It's getting drugs on the street is like getting going to school. You know what I mean? So you gotta learn to think about, who do I want to be in life? Where do I want to go? And if you got plans to go anywhere good, then you need to stay away from that stuff. And Chicago is, especially with heroin, it's a very easy spot. So you gotta learn to focus on the positives of the city and stay away from all that bullshit.
Hell yeah, big dog. So what age were you when you decided you wanted to do music?
Like, I think I've always known, man. I started off, singing, and I did rock music, and then, well, I started off with rap. You know what I mean? When I was younger, but like my raps back then, I was in elementary school, so my raps were like, fuck this teacher, you know what I'm saying? Stupid shit. But you know what I mean? I think I always knew. Like, I played 22 instruments, you know what I mean? Because I'm self-taught, and that's just like my whole life. That was just like what I knew was my thing. So I just dove into it fully and, completely exposed myself into that and learned everything I could. So I think it's always been there, you know what I mean?
If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I would have to say, man, I would say Nas, man, because to me, when you asked me my favorite artist earlier, as far as hip hop goes, like that's probably who I would place as the GOAT. It's Nas, man, because lyrically he is just out of this world. No one compares. You know what I'm saying? And the way he just flows over a whole song, every song. I mean, to me, that's outstanding to be able to do that time and time and time again. Like, I'm not hating on the mumble rap, you know what I mean? But it's just like, it's simple. Whereas Nas, you know what I mean? That's paragraphs and paragraphs of lyrics for each song, you know what I mean? And he's put out so many records with, so many songs on the records that, like, he's the GOAT, man. So if I had to choose, I'd probably say Nas, man.
Favorite Nas song?
The World Is Yours, definitely, because when I saw him live in New York at Guff Ball, and it started raining and everything, we were all, passing blunts around and shit, and it was a wild time. I was in New York, so New York's gonna give it up for Nas, you know what I'm saying, because New York local. It was just a wild time. I just remember feeling that song, like he said, the world is yours, and I felt like the world was mine. So I think that song, no matter what, will always be my favorite Nas song.
If Shoota Smilez wasn't doing music, what would he be doing?
Shoota Smilez was not doing music, he'd probably be a pilot.
Hell yeah.
I'm also a former military, so that's an option too.
Hell yeah, big boy. That's what's up. So, what can we expect? How is your music going to evolve at the end of this year? What are you going to be bringing in 2021?
2021 has a lot more coming, man, because that's when I'm going to, as long as this pandemic stuff is over, that's when I'm really going to get out there. And the lyrics I've been writing now, I'm focused on, like, I don't want to be talking about the same stuff all the time. You know what I mean? I want to dive out there. I want to show my lyrical talent, not use, the same words every time, like really, really go for it. You know what I mean? So I got a lot coming, man. I got big plans, a lot of live performances I want to do. I'm hoping to do some kind of tour. You know what I mean? I want to do everything I can. Pedal to the metal for sure.
Hell yeah, man. So what's your next goal right now, man?
It's just to get these albums done, get them out there, get them promoted, start booking some live stuff, you know what I mean? And just, keep putting shit out. Like, even when I put an album out, I am still writing. I don't I'm not one of those artists that puts an album out and takes a break. You know what I mean? Like, my breaks are me making beats and lyrics separately instead of writing them meant for each other to go together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never on break. I'm always writing every day.
So what is the creative process like whenever you start out a
creative
song?
process is I find a spot, you know, where I'm alone. It's quiet. I don't have to worry about any distractions. I start with my beat, you know what I mean? Start with my beat, and I feel the vibe for that, and I focus solely on the beat. I don't even think about vocals, you know what I mean? Once the beat's finished, I'll listen to that back a couple times. I'm hearing, like, what kind of flow do I want to spit, you know what I mean? And then I'll start freestyling. And then, you know, I'll take what I want from the freestyle and I'll write it, or I'll write the whole song. Or sometimes I'll just throw headphones on and make the freestyle of the song if I'm really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? So it always starts with the beat. Lyrics come last, editing, posting, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man. So what would be the best advice you would give to any upcoming artist that's trying to come up like you in the music industry?
That wanted to collaborate with me?
No, I mean, like, what advice would you give to any local artist that's in the same city as you? What would be the best advice you could give to them to keep going and pursuing this music, man?
Hustle, man. Get out there. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of salesman yourself. You gotta no one's gonna come to you before you're anything. You know what I mean? You gotta go to them. And another thing too is you can't just look out for yourself. You have to realize that, like, us as artists, we're struggling together. It's a partnership. You know what I mean? So the more we help each other, the more people that can get out there and get heard and get put on. So there's nothing wrong with putting someone else on. I think people are afraid to put people else on because they're afraid it'll take away from them. You can't have that mindset. You have to have the mindset of, like, if this dude's going to look out for me, I'm going to look out for him. You know what I'm saying? So hustle, put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Be friendly, you know, make your contacts, put yourself, you know, I said salesman, you know, kind of reach out. Don't expect people to come to you right away because that's just not how it works. Once you're established, yeah, you know what I mean? But never forget to help those who help you, those that need your help when you can help.
Hell yeah, man. So did we already drop your social media outlets already?
Yeah, I got YouTube, which is just Shoota Smilez. Look that up. It'll be the first thing. And I got a Facebook. It's my personal Facebook, but I'm posting shit on there all the time. That's Marley Monroe. There'll be a picture of me on there, same picture that's on my YouTube right now. And my Instagram is Marley Monroe as well. I don't know, like, that hashtag or whatever, but you should be able to find it just by typing that in.
All right, man, that's dope. So yeah, everybody needs to go follow Shoota Smilez because he got a lot of potential, and it's just gonna get better for you, man. So do you have any special shout outs you want to give?
I'll give a shout out to my dad for being so supportive of everything I do, and being here to listen to a lot of the topics I'm rapping on. You know what I mean? Listen to me vent, listen to me get my rants out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my kids, of course. You know what I mean? I got 2 little girls, so shout out to my sister as well. Outside of that, man, I ain't really got nobody, so that's my shout outs.
All right, big dog. Is there anything you want to speak on that we haven't touched on yet?
Just keep it real, everybody. You know what I mean? Like, this world is, like, fake as fuck. You know what I mean? There's a lot of bad shit happening in the world right now, a lot of hate. We got to remember that, like, we're in this together. We're all going through the same struggles of life. You know, like, I'm not saying people don't have worse than others. I'm just saying life is hard for everybody at some point or another. So just remember to, you know, love. You know what I mean? Don't adapt yourself into that hate and be cold to the world. Remember that, like, we're all here together. You know what I mean?
Deep words, man. Hell yeah, big
Thanks,
dog.
man.
So you want to give you got any final words you want to say, big dog?
Like, thank you for this opportunity, man. Shout out to you for real. Like, I really appreciate what you're doing for me. I appreciate you bringing me on the show and everything, man. And I'll be sure to put your podcast out there and everything as well, man. And yeah, just thank you, bro, for real.
Yeah, big dog, no problem. We're right here just trying to help the next artist grow,
Definitely.
man. So thank you. It's an honor to have you. Everybody go follow Shoota Smilez on bandlab.com, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You know, so go check out his music. He got some good movement. He's just barely getting started. So, man, wish you the best in this game, and we'll see you soon, big
Thanks,
dog.
bro.
Take care. This is Strictly for the Music podcast, and we're gone.